Adofonom, the Honorable Minister for Finance, Kessel Ato Forson, the Nsembia Betuja said there was no trade like gold for oil. There was nothing like gold for oil. Nah, good for oil, nah, na yetitin nah. They were still using cash to purchase the oil and then bring into the country. Yanko tie the Honorable Finance Minister. With the ordinance sinebo eka say, I am speaking as the Minister of Finance. Natresa sama wakano ordinance sinebo anokasa. Yanko tie no ambrasisia.
I'm not aware that there was a direct barter. Okay. I'm not aware. There was no direct barter.
What about the gold for oil?
It didn't work. It didn't work properly.
Okay.
Bank of Ghana were largely paying the suppliers of those crude oil and petroleum product cash.
Still?
Yes, that was what they were doing. They never paid them with gold. Never.
They never paid in gold. They never paid the suppliers of the crude oil with gold. Never happened. These are not my words. These are the words of our finance minister, our current finance minister. Nishushemu Etrese. There was nothing like gold for oil butter trade. Nothing like that ever happened.
You found this out for a fact.
I'm speaking to you as the Minister for
Finance,
yes.
Of course. But they had a whole policy running called Go for
But
Oil.
I'm telling you, there was nothing gold going out and bringing oil in. They were actually someone somewhere sitting somewhere in the Emirates was supplying the bulk oil distribution company, and then the bulk oil distribution, the BOG will be paying. They give the city to BOG, and BOG pays the dollars. That's it. So it was pure trade, nothing more than what they were touting. Nothing. It was far from what they were touting. There was nothing. There was no barter where gold was going to change for oil. No, nothing of the sort happened.
But you were in this country at the time. You were the minority leader when the former vice president.
Yes.
So the reason why they had some stability towards, I think, the early part of last year, towards the end, was because of the gold for oil. In fact, the point was that the depreciation would have been worse had it not been for gold for oil.
Yeah.
I'm telling you for a fact, there was no barter. There was no barter.
So what did they do with the gold that they bought back?
Where they were keeping the gold.
You've met them.
Oh, yes. I asked. They were keeping.
Wow. So gold and the whole country was thinking, say, more pile for exchange, oil. No, they were actually keeping the gold. Once again, these are not my words. These are the words of our honorable finance minister. No, say there was no trade. Say yadi gold echo kwakwaji oil. Nothing of that sort ever happened. They were actually keeping all the gold and then purchasing the crude oil with cash.
Keeping some gold. You could see that their gold reserves increase. That was a fact.
Busia yetie Ato Forson na this has raised a lot of concerns in other matters, no, and I say still on the same issue, but ideas and answer thoughts from other sources. What other people too are saying on this same topic of interest.
A serious issue on mine or say 200 more. Gold of oil, no. God on air then cry. I may teach him microphone tears. Sometimes J for 1. Some oil. Now me cut me spend about 3 billion every year to bring oil. And so cover 100 barrels million of oil near the back also copper dollars. Now the cotton. In the same $1 Nibia, I was me come reason. Na me cocoa first can am the cotton.
Yes.
And I buy no charm, no sir. Me man is I didn't cost because what you every. and the side there you good to say because gold no there your control to say me share price of quantity now all you never cut my me first quantity me for more not quite better trade ya
yes
enti emma dollar ne fee system ne equation no o fa dollar fa nya adwuma and no one side
yeah
and for so abaso no enye hu na se asuenyu no mo hwe sa nyuma we so no e decide be to dwa no say hwe more because inflation be na abasa de we ama dollar ahodi a na gina isi de so a na ne kofom nyina no eso ate enti say enipa be miensa the governor eka different thing the deputy eka different thing
yes
the minister of finance the revenue na say for ba eka different thing na yen de can dey view kodo echi adwen
na me pese me hwehwe ade bi na me kai se BDCs bulk distribution companies no mo kofa crude oil and as mo kofa refined oil crop ba
yeah
no mo fa di bi a efe no foreign exchange differential
yeah
wo kono wo koto oil no di aba no e bia na dollar eye 12 cedis okoto ba na o sa koto foforo dollar ko e bia 12.3 and 12.5
okay
meanwhile no what the 12 cedis and the price the yato or price 4 pump then X pump price
yeah
it will koto 12 what the 12 no akasa ya wa boka difference bia baby a eso pet 3 pesos na e de ka ho as I want to mento government no so manin tum because we set seal cap on the man enti no ana aban se obetua titam bia aban etua sa difference no enti bo shobo se BDC omo ene aban konto kwa esa de na omo ne differentials no ebo a boss anase NP for mo anya ntokwa huge sums of money and aban se ye go gold enti ye di gold no adan yen koton gold yen fage dollars ye de dollars adan cha dollar ne set be cost no ya boka enti yen fa nko at the prevailing rate je be gold ni wo so fa me ne bremi because okudi oksesa dollars e wo Ghana okoto oil ne ba o ba beton ni cedis e wo Ghana wo e sana okoto a no asa hwehwe dollars biem no akoto of dollars no asa beton ni cedis ye no te de bia ho kire ye no that's why they brought gold for oil we see enya no kure we mo dear prof I was said bia mpedifo de say montro bibi koma speaker of parliament o Dubai na so wa hey me eno man hwe bi
now they are funeral
me dear eno de me ka se me ni boti bi so ala me bo man hwe because na ye ni butu so man ye nkofo ma che wegu man ye nam court sa ye hwe okay prof patcho to aso me asade se onya yi na press statement me ka se won fa to so na you raise points no ba mako anaka ya hwe
obi say enyoma edu
okay
na unse obi a take over an officer unya report
okay
enti yajiri say Minister of Finance you are Dr. Ato Forson
yes
offer akunyano unya report
yeah
BOG governor offer akunyano unya report
yes
handing over
enti report no mi nyae no let it say then a kafa gold for oil because someone report and we can forgive them but so when you reporter was suing to me a different issues on the reports now deputy and different thing now we also and different thing that be
problem statement baby me de was say this statement cannot both be true. Ghanaians deserve more than contradictory sound bites. They deserve facts. This confusion damages the credibility of Ghana's economic governance at a time when policy certainty is urgently needed. It raises serious questions. The question is now probably raising was can you confirm with documentation the exact dates when the first and last gold for oil transactions occurred? How many tons of gold in total were transferred specifically for oil import, and on which dates? Can the BOD provide transaction level records showing gold outflows matched to petroleum inflows? If gold was used, why does the finance minister insist otherwise? Has BOG formally corrected his statement? On what evidence did the minister base his categorical claim that there was no banter? Never.
Wow. The phenom, hey, ina itie, I mean, the ekoso. The governor for Bank of Ghana is saying something else. Deputy is saying something else. The minister is saying what you're saying is not true. The question I bisane say, were there no handing over notes when the previous government was leaving office? Were there no handing over notes? I say, Yamamu, report before leaving officer. Why are you then saying something else? Then what are you basing on to say that there was no, trade, there was no gold sent out, there was no outflow of gold, and then coming in of oil? If there is, then we Ghanaians have the right to be given, that level of, those transactions, reports of those transactions. You said this number of tons of gold left, and then this amount of crude oil came into the country. Let us have transactions of these records to prove say we neka nokre and answer we neka nokre. Other from give this story no echi. Yeah, sabeka afasa assembly honina the Baba Damo. Whatever you have as thoughts for to comment section hono. Am I Ebesanso Ishabium in our next video. Akram.